Hey, welcome to the lesson on how to change chords. Changing from one chord to another is like way harder than just making a chord. And I know this frustrates so many people. It's like, I can make a chord, I can play a chord, but changing from one to another and keeping a beat, that's the real problem. Well, I'm about to clear this up for you. Hopefully, after this lesson, you'll be able to change like a pro. We're going to use 3 chords in this lesson. We're going to use this A chord right here, this D chord here, and this E chord. So let's talk about 3 principles that will make this a whole lot easier for you. The first principle is what I like to call the common finger principle. If you're playing a chord and let's say your first finger is on a string, one of the strings, and you're moving to a chord that same finger is on that same string, then you leave that finger on the string. You don't lift it between chord changes. So for an example, in the A chord, the first finger is on the 3rd string. And in the D chord, the first finger is on the same string, and it's in fact in the same fret. So we can actually make this chord change like this. The common finger can sometimes, though, mean that it's on the same string, but not in the same fret. So that's in the case of the A moving to the E. So when we go to the E, this first finger stays on the 3rd string, but it moves down to the 1st fret. So we don't want to pick the fingers up like this and start all over again. By doing this, you keep a nice reference point. Another common finger you'll find in the change from A to D is the 3rd finger. What happens here is it slides up. So both of these fingers stay on the strings between the 2 chord changes. And then just the 2nd finger moves straight down to that 2nd fret on the 1st string. And when I say keep your finger down on the common string, I don't mean keep a death grip on it. But what I'm talking about here is just staying in contact with the string. So when I'm moving this first finger down here, I'm not really pushing it down, just letting it stay in contact, just so I have a point of reference. Now realize that in some of the examples you'll see and hear in this video, I am doing that. I'm pressing the string down as I move it. And that's just to demonstrate what's happening. But you don't have to do that. Just remember you need a point of reference so you don't lift your finger from the string, but you just stay in contact with it. So that's the first principle. Common fingers stay on the string. The second principle is what I call the least movement principle. It is exactly what it sounds like. The least movement principle is when you're moving a finger to a new location in a chord change, don't move it any further than you have to. For an example, we have this A chord, and we're going to go to the D chord, which requires that the 2nd finger move from here down to here. So you don't want to do all kinds of big movement. You want to play this, keep the common finger, and move it straight down. In the change from A to D, there's really only one finger that comes off of the string and moves down to another string. So that's how you make a smooth chord change from A to D. Let's look at the change from D to E. We have D. Now, the only common finger is the 1st finger. So we're going to leave it down and move backwards with it like this. And so what's happening is these 2 fingers are moving to here, like this. So we don't want to be picking them way up. You want to just, as you slide this first finger down, just bring these 2 fingers straight across. The third principle, and maybe one of the most important, is what I call the forced time, or the forced strumming principle. When practicing chord changes you can't yet quite play, you want to keep your right hand going. Whether you're finger picking or strumming, whatever it is, keep the time going, because that'll force your left hand to get into gear just as fast as you can get it into gear. But if you stop and wait, if your right hand waits on your left hand, you'll never really push into being able to make those changes in time. So always keep this going, even if you're blunting strings. So let's just say you're having trouble with this change here. It would maybe sound like... So I don't care if it's blunting strings, it may sound terrible, but you'll eventually clean it up, and you'll do it way faster by forcing your left hand to get into place as quickly as possible. It'll also help you separate that left hand, right hand brain thing. Okay, I told you I was going to give you this resource where you can get 45 songs you can start playing right away using the A, D, and E chords. And here is the website. The URL is down in the description. Just click that. I'm going to show you real quick how to use this. This is great. Jacob did a great job of putting this together. Kudos to him. You go down and here's the first song, the U2 song, and you can watch and listen, and you can click this link and it takes you straight to the tablature for it, and it shows the words and the chords. Here we have A, D, and E. If we go back, the next, let me just find another one of these. Okay, here's Pontoon by Little Big Town. So you go down here and you click the link here, guitar chords, and check it out, A, D, and E. The whole song is A, D, and E. So there are 45 songs on this page, all of which you can watch and listen and get the chords for, has the words. So hope these 3 principles have helped you. If you like this, please click like. If you want more videos like this and you want to be notified, please hit the subscribe button and ding the bell so you'll get notified when the next lesson's up. Thanks a lot for watching.